Hey guys, good morning. How's everybody doing? I wanted to talk a little bit about the SPY and why everybody was kind of freaking out. My last video on the SPY was I think on Sunday, where I talked about futures, or I think it was Monday where I talked about futures. And I'm still pretty bullish. I mean, I don't really have too much of a bearish sentiment right now. I mean, but the bad thing right now is that essentially every single piece of TA that I have is bearish. But it's all bearish cycle bullish, if that makes any sense, right? Like, for example, the monthly, we close on September 1st, but, we're trading in the same range right now as you close September 1st, right? Back in September. The weekly, again, still bearish, right? But you closed back here, you dropped since 465 down to 450-ish, right? But it's not a massive drop. Like, I don't think this is not a massive drop, and I would not be too scared yet, right? Usually I'm pretty bearish on the S&P 500. As of right now, it's dropped to what, 5%. So it's not abnormal for the S&P 500 to have like 5%, like what is it called, pullbacks. I think it's like completely normal. But even so, I mean, I can say I can put two trend lines, right? Either lowest peak to lowest peak right there, or you can have the same exact one and run it like probably like right there, which is basically on trend, right? I don't know. I don't think this bear momentum is going to last. I do think that there's a very strong chance that we hit 443 soon. Get rid of these for you guys. But yeah, I mean, everything looks bearish, right? Everything looks like it's going to be bearish. I personally am bearish to 443, unless you get a bounce from here, because from all this previous, support right here on this side to the left. But I don't know. It doesn't look that, I don't know. It doesn't look crazy bad. Like, I wouldn't start freaking out yet, right? Like, if it goes down to 443, then we can start freaking out. I do think that there's a chance for it to go down to 443. But even then, you can still have a bounce off the 200 MA, which seems likely, and off the 443 major support, right? But as of right now, I mean, I think it's well underway of what a regular retracement is, as far as it being like 5% or whatever. So you saw what this one was, 6% retracement, right? This one was 4%. Let's go with a high. Let me see back here, right? This retracement was 5%. This one right now is probably a little bit bigger than the other ones, 5.7%. So they're all kind of, all these retracements are very similar. Once you start getting in the retracements of 6% and higher, that's when I'm going to start to worry, because this retracement is what? 10% retracement. See, those were even bigger. Back in October 2020, look at that. 8% retracement, right? So you have to look at what the retracements actually are from historical movements, right? And then you can start freaking out if they're a little bit more than they should be. 8%, 10%. So, I mean, if you start dropping more, as far as percentage goes, so let's get rid of this one, right? So if we drop 10%, then I would really start to worry. So 10% would take us to like in the 430s, which is insane, which is like it's major support, right? But again, coincidentally, a 10% drop is major support. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I wouldn't worry too much. I'm still pretty bullish on the S&P 500. I don't think we're actually gonna have I don't think we're gonna have like a crash or anything. And I think if we do, it's probably not going to happen until after the rate spike, right? The interest rate spike, which is, I think, like I told you guys before, I think is coming sometime late Q1, early Q2. But as of right now, I mean, I'm not too worried on the S&P 500 right now. I don't have like a big, bearish sentiment. If we do end up touching 443 and we start like seeing prices a little bit under this, then I would be very worried. If we see price at 430, then I would be 100% worried of us going back to something like, I don't know, to close this gap at $400. So if even if we go back to 443, I wouldn't be like crazy worried. It's if we actually start breaking 430, then that's when I would really start to worry. I think if 430 breaks, I think we're going to $400. But as of right now, the S&P 500 is still doing okay. I mean, I'm not that bearish yet. It's on support right now, so ideally I would like it to have a nice bounce back up to like 470 or something. But we'll have to wait and see, because I can definitely see 443 happening soon. I'll give you guys like a quick direction, right? So either, you bounce off all this previous support that you have from previous times. Here, you just go back up, right? Whatever. Or you actually go down to 443, and then you run it up like that. That's what I think is going to happen. Something close to that. If you do end up breaking 443, then I would start to get, I would really start to get worried, because now that it's a new lower low, right? You have this support range right here, but now you have a new lower low if you even go down to 443, right? So at 443, I would start to worry. If you see breaks of 443, then I would really worry. And then I would kind of assume, if we break 443, I'm kind of already assuming that we're going on $400, right? That's kind of my mentality, right? I'm trying to think of it ahead of what can happen within like a couple of months or whatever. But as of right now, I'm telling you, like, I can see a bounce back up here. If not, a pullback, another pullback to 443, and then a bounce. But if you do start closing under 443, that's when I would be extremely worried. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.